Now you might be wondering, how did you get that poly? I'm not seeing it. Well, you need to add it as an app to that team. To do that will take us to the next step, which is adding connectors and third-party apps. There is an app store here at the bottom where you can click on and search hundreds and hundreds of applications. Each organization sets up their third-party apps differently. Some organizations turn them completely off. Some organization they have an option where you can add it, but it requires admin approval. And there are organizations that have it open for all, where you can add any applications that you want. Poly is probably one of the apps here. So if I search for it, I'll find it, and then I can install it or connect to it first, and then you can add it to any of the teams that you have. You search for the team and set it up. Once you do that, it will be added to that team, and you can start creating polls.
Can I can I provide an example here as well? Because I love this is something we've been diving more into lately. So we had an issue where we didn't really, I'm a manager. I don't like to track like PTO or who's taking vacation when. It's just a thing that we were doing over email and it wasn't a good workflow. So we actually found an app in Teams because we're all in Teams every day called Vacation. Yep, that's exactly the one. Were you going to cover this? Sorry, I hope I didn't jump the gun. Um, Long story short, this is just, I think I told Kamal about this because we absolutely love this. It tracks all the time requested, leave requested, and who's gone and what days. So this is just an example of how if you have a workflow issue or a process you want to improve, there's probably an app for it.
Absolutely. That's actually, I didn't know about Vacation Tracker. And when I tried it out, I was like, this is insane for small businesses, mid-sized businesses. If you don't want to purchase, Workday or a very expensive tool, it still costs you money. This for past the 14-day trial, but it works well because you can connect it to your Teams account as an admin, and then add all the members that you want to provide, their leave, their PTO. I selected 21 for this example. I requested 8. How do people request it? Simply from the app. You can request leave right there. You can even do it directly from the chat. So you can have a chat with that bot and be like, hi there. I'm just going to chat with it. And it's going to be like, okay, no, you can do help and ask for what you want. Usually, if you select the chat, it tells you all the command. You can type in what you want. This one is very simple. You just request leave. You can customize it as if you want request leave. That's what I'm going to say. Let's see what it's going to tell me. Request leave, select an option. You can customize these as well. By default, they're paid time off, sick day, work remotely, which I have infinite number of days. I have 13 days left for paid time off and 5 sick days. I'm feeling kind of under the weather today, so I'm going to say sick day. Click next. And now it's going to ask me, which days do you want to take? I want to take today off. Reason, not feeling it. Okay. Submit. And then the admins will get it, or whoever their manager is. You can set that up. They get another card similar to this one in the chat where they have to approve it or not. So this one is approved already, I think, because it's sick day maybe. So it depends how yeah, the request has been automatically approved, I think, because it's sick day. But if it was a PTO, then it's going to require an approval. And that's just one app. There are hundreds of apps that do the same thing. Even here, Polly, you can see how I got that in a chat, that same poll that I created. I can delete it. I can close it. Close now. There are other bots that I can use. One of my favorites personally is the approvals app. The approval apps allows you to create and request approvals from people, and you can also connect Adobe EchoSign to it. So if I want to create a new approval, I'm going to say basic. I don't need an e-signature. I can even use templates. That's a new feature. This is actually the first time I click on it. That's why it's still loading probably. But new requests, basic. Who do you want to approve? I'm going to say 365, which is, again, I'm asking myself to approve. But sometimes you actually need to approve things for yourself, right? So you can require that and then explain why. just approve. Okay. And then you can send it. Now it's missing the title, vendor onboarding, let's say, and send. That will do the same thing. In the chat, I'll get an approval message. You can get a lot more advanced than this by connecting it to Power Automate. If you use Power Platform, I mean, you can um, connect approval requests from email. So you get an email from a specific vendor or company. You want to approve that request. You can say every time I get this type of email from someone, then send an approval to XYZ or send an approval to the manager. All of that can be done through Power Automate and connected through this approval apps in Teams. Once you're ready to approve, you select the item and approve or reject, of course, or you can even cancel the request if you're the one sending. Now it's approved. You can add even more automation in the back end to send that approval letter to whoever requested the approval.